the song and dance they put on for tourists tugs at the heartstrings. It's how the kids at the Cambodian Light Children's Association raise money for the orphanage. It's a good show, and it works. The organization, also known as the CLCA, gets most of its funds from well-meaning visitors. Except few of them realize that hardly any of these kids are in fact orphans. Instead, they're mostly poor children who are recruited to perform, some as dancers, others to fight in kickboxing exhibitions.
There was 100 kids approximately under age 18. Of that, we found about 5 that were real orphans.
Drew McDowell was a volunteer at CLCA, but became suspicious about how the donations were being spent. He was asked to leave after offering to hire a bookkeeper to look after the organization's financial accounts.
We had had some cases where kids didn't want to dance and they didn't want to kickbox, and they had a real problem. They just wanted to study, and they were punished for not wanting to dance.
CLCA's director, a former monk named Pnomh, told me he provides the best education he can afford for the children, and they each get 3 bowls of rice every day. But he also admitted to having spent time in prison 6 years ago for allegedly molesting a young girl in his care. Pnomh insists the charges were baseless and notes that he was freed after spending 6 months in jail. One 17-year-old girl at the orphanage told us that when she was younger, she routinely shared Pnomh's bed, but said their relationship wasn't sexual.
I sleep with my director when I'm very small, because a lot of children. So me and some children more, they sleep with my director.
Innocent or not, such behavior is completely unacceptable and illegal, says a Cambodian government official responsible for regulating the country's orphanages.
We've heard about this case. We have to implement the penal law. If you are the manager of an orphanage, you don't have any right to sleep with the children in the orphanages. We won't tolerate it.
Rights groups and child protection agencies have become increasingly critical of the poor regulation and monitoring of Cambodia's orphanages, especially those that actively solicit tourists for funding.
By and large, 99% of foreign tourists going to an orphanage like this are well-intentioned. They want to do something to help Cambodian children. It's just unfortunate that by trying to help Cambodian children, they're often supporting the people who are exploiting Cambodian children.
There are more than 200 orphanages in Cambodia, and most are legitimate. But in a country where poverty is so prevalent, it's perhaps inevitable that some will turn pity into profit. David Hawkins, Al Jazeera, Phnom Penh.